Welcome back to the next part of Golden Dragon's Top 10 Clash Royale. Today we are going to be discussing the top 10 worst Clash Royale cards. Whether these cards don't play out well, just suck in general, or have very little usage rate, I will be counting down a top 10 most hated cards in my opinion in the game. Now, these cards, keep in mind, some of your favorite cards could be on here, but like I said, this is all opinion-wise, and some of these cards, I'm not even going to give me any spoilers. Let's start off with number 10. Coming in at number 10, so we have the Lava Hound. There are two legendaries on this list, and let me say, the Lava Hound is not bad in my opinion. I actually think he's quite opposite. Well, the reason he's on this list is a bit obvious. Well, one, it is a pretty expensive tank, and yes, that's how tanks are supposed to run, but its damage is pretty mediocre. Does that mean the Lava Hound is bad? No, it doesn't. In my opinion, it's good for beatdown decks, Lava Loon, and even, what was that one deck called? Yeah, Lava Loon, Lava Hound, beatdown. Yeah, it's very good for those decks, but in my opinion, the Golem is just quite a bit better because technically it does do more damage and have a better death effect. And the Lava Hound is a legendary, so most people will unlock the Golem before they unlock the Lava Hound. And I do not use the Lava Hound that much, but on my second account, as I'll show you its profile, right here, this is my second account, I have the Lava Hound in this beatdown deck. This specific deck I created for this. As you can see, here's a Lava Hound in it. So, yeah, that proves that it's good. Well, it's good, but it's just not the best card in the game. Number 9. Coming in at the number 9 slot, we have the Cannon card. Now, the Cannon card is probably it's the least used card in the game, so you won't be wondering, why the hell is it not at the freaking top? Well, good answer, viewer. The answer for that is, actually, it is the last epic everyone unlocks, so it's that no one has it, technically, because you have to get it at Arena 10, and even if they do have it, are you really going to be using it? Because most of your epics are probably tournament or even above tournament standard. But the Cannon card is kind of terrible in my opinion, but there's one thing I kind of like it. It's got a lot of health. It's got it pretty much the same as a Knight. Maybe a little bit less, but if it locks onto a tower, it can do some damage. But the reason I think people don't use it is because it's too expensive and nobody has it. So, yeah. So I guess you can say 0.1% of the population uses the Cannon card. Sometimes I forget the Cannon card even exists in the game. So that's another reason why I guess we should call it terrible. Number 8 is the Flying Machine. This card was literally just added, maybe not just added, but it's pretty new. But I think there's only a few things wrong with it. Number 1, it has very little health. I mean, seriously, are you going to have that for tournament standard? 510, that's a one-shot by a fireball. It's basically a worser version of a Musketeer, so people could rather pick up a Musketeer or a Mega Minion in order to do this. Another thing that's terrible is its damage is kind of mediocre. I mean, yes, it's got pretty decent damage. Compare that to a Musketeer. It's kind of a little bit less. Compare that to a Mega Minion. It is a lot less. But I think another reason is it is an Arena 9 rare. So that means not many people actually have this thing. And, yes, there are a lot of Arena 9s, but let me see. Are you actually going to be using this thing? The Musketeer is the same cost for more damage and more health. Even though this thing is flying, it doesn't matter. The Musketeer is a much better option if you're going for a deck. Like, yeah. Yes, I know I made a deck with this to test it out. That was just a test deck, and in my opinion, I'm probably not even going to be touching it again. I'm not going any higher than level 5. Number 7 is another legendary, and it is the Sparky. Listen, guys, I know there are a lot of Sparky haters and a lot of Sparky lovers, but checking on Stats Royale, it's mostly haters. I think and it got a nerf, so that pretty much surprisingly did not kill it at all. I think it's because it cannot longer one-shot another Sparky. But listen, is everyone going to be using it? No. The reason why it's not that good is because, number 1, I think it just is too easy to counter, and it's too expensive. Yes, that damage is insane, but it's going to get countered before it even gets into the tower. Now, most people do not know how to use the Sparky, and that's another thing. In my opinion, it's actually not a bad card. Every card on this list is OP. You just have to use it correctly. Every card is OP unless you use it correctly. But I really don't see this thing being used. Anything can pretty much counter it. Especially the best counter is the Electro Wizard, which was one of the best cards, in my opinion. Number 6 is the Poison Spell. This is a epic card you could get at Arena 5, so it's pretty high up in the arenas. But listen, guys, 4 elixir for a poison. I mean, when you have a fireball that you get at the beginning of the game that is 4 elixir, what else can you ask for? The only time I see a poison being used actually is on a graveyard. That's all I see poison used for. I don't even see it that much anymore. Yes, I know, it can be good in beatdown decks, but listen, would you rather have a poison spell that can just put poison for a few more seconds, or would you rather have a baby dragon, an executioner, or another splash unit backing up the troop at all costs? I'd rather have a splash unit. Even if this... Listen, this thing is still better, even though it's 5 elixir. Alright, number 5. These are the top 5 worst cards, and they're not the top 5 worst cards. Yes, they are in my opinion, but like I said, if you know how to use them, they can be turned overpowered. All I gotta do is know how to use them. Coming in at the number 5 slot is the guards. So another epic that is very high in the arenas. Now, the guards are my only level 1. I'm just gonna say I let Pokemon I speak to my friend. It's gonna tell I'm recording. So the guards are my only level 1 epic, and they're there for a reason. They're too expensive for what these bad boys even do. Like, yes, they can survive a rocket or a fireball, but listen, are you even gonna be throwing a 6 elixir rocket at these things? In my opinion, the skeleton army is way more worth it, even though they can survive longer. Would you rather, this thing you can get pretty much at the start of the game, well, and can level up really high. These, however, can get countered very easily, and it's just not worth it. And Royal Arena is pretty far up in the arenas. I mean, you get the skeleton army pretty much when you start the game, and then you have to go boost up 7 arenas in order to unlock this, and it's not worth it. The skeleton army takes out things much quicker. So, move along, guards. Number 4 is the Dart Goblin. Now, the Dart Goblin is fairly new. It was added last year, but... Well, I guess you can kind of say that's new. For a Clash Royale card, I would say that was pretty recent, but that was a long time ago. 2016 is dead. Well, not dead, but there's one thing I don't like about the Dart Goblin. Now, I know a lot of people like the Dart Goblin, and a lot of people hate it, but it's mostly haters. I have a few friends who like the Dart Goblin, and they're nowhere near Arena 9. I think that's why. They do not know how suck it is. 3 elixir for a 216 health Dart Goblin. It's not that good. 3 elixir, I'd rather use... You can use the Goblin Gang for 3 elixir and get much more value for it. I'd even use the Spear Goblins instead of the Dark Goblin. Like, at least you get 3 of them, and they do decent damage, but this guy can, I mean, he's not all bad. You can get a few hits on a tower with maybe a decent amount of damage, but who's even gonna use this? I mean, it's one of the most least used cards in the game. Number 3 is probably another card that I absolutely hate on this list. It is the Goblin Hut. Wait, did I say Dart Goblin? This is the Dart Goblin. Goblin Hut. Can this thing even just get removed from the game? Look, it's only level 3 on my account, but there's a reason. This thing is too expensive for what it does. Spear Goblins. They are not the strongest troops. And the fact that they can easily get 2-shot or 1-shot by a tower is just crap. I mean, the Furnace, this thing is awesome, and Fire Spirits are stronger than Spear Goblins. So why not make this 5 and this that 4? Actually, no, don't do that. You're just gonna fuck up the cards. But listen, like 5 elixir. If you're gonna be using a hut strategy, at least go for the Furnace. Even the Barbarian Hut is good. The Barbarian Hut, I actually like the Barbarian Hut. It can be good in a situation. If you use it correctly, it's OP. This thing can be used if it's OP, but literally, are you going to be using oh my god, I can't even talk right now. Are you going to be using this thing? Because, if not, I highly recommend don't use it. Most of these cards on this list are, if you use it, and if you want to remove, I would recommend keep it. But if you're using this thing, I'd recommend take it out. There's much better, the Furnace is much more valuable and can help you out in a pinch. Number 2, this is another card I don't have. It is the heal spell. Please tell me I'm not the only one in the entire Clash Royale history who thought this thing would be OP before it even got released. Yes, I thought this was going to be like some crazy ass, like, oh my god, this thing is going to ruin the meta. Royal Giant heal decks? Oh crap, oh, this is going to kill Clash Royale. And what I did, it could heal your towers. That's what I thought, and it did. But are you even going to be using this? I mean, you can heal troops. That's it. If you heal towers, I think one of the cards they can't. If they make too OP, it'll be more broken. Even if they increase the amount of health you get healing, it could still be too OP. If they could heal towers, it could be too OP. And if it was 4 elixir, it still wouldn't be worth it. Like, I think that's why the heal spell is dead in the first place. Like, no one has it. It's the last rare anyone unlocks. And, like, oh my god. Like, does anybody even use this thing? Let me just check the clan. No, Dark Brooklyn doesn't use it. Sparky, he doesn't use it. He's just... And Pigeon, he doesn't use it. Like, no one in my clan, or anyone, probably uses this thing. Number 1, this card I hate more than any card in the game. Probably recommended it, but number 1 is the hated mortar. Oh my, please tell me, can this thing just get removed from the damn game? It's my lowest level comment, but listen, my level don't do anything. This thing is 4 elixir, and yes, it's going to be good in siege decks, and the mortar has gone up a little bit, but the Expo is way more worth it. And the Expo, in my opinion, isn't that bad. Because it can, if it locks onto a tower, it can be good. But the mortar, this thing can get countered very easily, and it can't shoot at close range. And it's Arena 6. That is pretty high in the arena list. And not to mention, dude, a cannon is better. Even though it can't do area and can hit tower, and can do less damage, it's still cheaper than anything. If you're going to go for a building, want a building to defend against, the cannon, Tesla, tombstone, furnace, inferno tower, all of those are excellent solution. Even the bomb tower would be better than the mortar. But I just can't believe just why it's so useless. I'm not even gonna upgrade this. I wish it was just level 1. But there you have it, guys. That is the top 10 cards. Let's open this free chest. And that is it for this video. Hope you guys liked it. See ya. Peace out.